everybody, it's me, Mr. Comb, and welcome back to another Cindy work log. Today I'm going to be making her belt pouches. I started off making her pouches by drawing out a paper pattern. Once I was satisfied with how I thought it should look, I cut everything out, and then to test the shape and the size, I taped everything together with masking tape and hung it on my belt to see how it would look. Once I was happy with the size and the proportion and everything, I went ahead and played some fabric Tetris. I had a very limited amount of supplies, so I had to be very careful with how I cut things out, but I pinned everything to the fabric and I cut it out as soon as I found a way to make everything fit. I started with the big pouch, so I pinned all of those pieces together first and started sewing. Here I'm sewing on the bottom panel of the big pouch, and it's kind of hard to explain, but I was basically sewing a circle onto a rectangle. So basically, if you decide to do this, take your time, go slowly, and when you get to the corners, don't forget to pivot all of your fabric so that you're not sewing any tucks into your pouch. As you can see here, I'm making sure that I'm pulling all of the fabric out of the way, and then I'm lifting my foot and I am turning the fabric and making sure to swing everything over to the side so it doesn't get caught in the wrong spot. The next step was cutting out a support for the pouch, because this fabric is not very stiff at all, so I'm using this really extremely stiff heavy duty interfacing, and I am just measuring and cutting out all of the different pieces for the pouch, and then I am going to glue them together with some hot glue. To reinforce the seams, I just added some hot glue on the inside to make sure everything just sticks together and doesn't fall apart. Then just do a quick check to make sure everything fits. Once you're satisfied with the fit, you can go ahead and move on to the decorations. For the big pouch, I needed to add lacing up each seam, so I'm doing that by marking even spacings on either side of the seam, and then I'm using an awl attachment for my screwdriver and my scissors to make teeny tiny holes for the leather cord to pass through, and then I'm actually using a pair of tweezers here to pull the thread. And then once I went up and back down, I just tied a knot and I was done. Then I did that 4 more times. After doing all the lacing, I had to add the diamond details to the front, so I measured out a crap ton of diamonds out of the light brown fabric and a crap ton of diamonds in the white fabric, cut them out, and started to glue them on with some hot glue. I'm also apparently missing some footage because I did add that extra trim at the top of the pouch. It was super simple though, just sew a rectangle, sew it into a circle, and then sew it on. Okay, once you are done adding decorations, I added the flap of fabric that attaches to the belt, and because I was running short on time, I hot glued everything. I was gonna sew it, but it was like 2 o'clock in the morning and I was like, nope, just time to hot glue everything. Okay, back to sewing my small pouch. I made some cording out of the red fabric that I used on the lining of the belt, and here you can kind of see I sewed it into the seam of the belt pouch in a little zigzag pattern. Once that was sewn, I just sewed up the rest of the sides, and then I started adding these studded details. These were super simple. I just marked where I wanted them to go, pushed them through the fabric, and used my fingernails to bend the prongs down, which I probably shouldn't have done. After that was more studs. I have these big square ones. I just measured from the inside where I wanted them to go, pushed them through, and bent them down with my fingernails again. And apparently I am also missing the footage of putting that onto my belt, so here are some pictures of what everything looks like. I did end up adding a couple of more details after I had filmed everything, but there you go. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!